Dave Roberts won a world championship as a player. He's now the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, the 2020 World Series champions. Dave, thanks so much for taking the time. What is this moment like for you?
You know, I think the word surreal is used all the time, but it is. I mean, it just hasn't settled in. I just look around at all the Dodger fans here and knowing we've been in this bubble for 5-6 weeks. I'm just so happy as I see Clayton and Walker doing an interview. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for our guys, our fans, and it just hasn't set in, but I'm just beyond elated.
You've come so close on other instances. You had to have imagined at some point what it would be like to be a World Series champion manager. How does it compare now that it's finally here?
It's better than I anticipated. You know, you always hope, but nothing's guaranteed. But to know that we brought a championship back to Los Angeles and no one can ever take it away, I'm just so proud of our guys, the entire organization, and so happy for the fans. Very lucky.
You were part of a World Series championship in the city of Boston, a major part. A city that loves baseball so much, and it was such a meaningful moment there for that organization. It's a Dodger franchise, another great baseball town Los Angeles is, 32 years since they've last won. What do you suppose this means to the city of Los Angeles?
It's a great cap to the Lakers and now the Dodgers. This is a time of healing for everyone in our country, but specifically Los Angeles. These Angelinos, it's been a long time, so I can't wait to get back home and celebrate.
You know, a major story of Game 6 was a decision by your counterpart, Kevin Cash, to go get Blake Snell in the 6th inning after he had pitched so well. Dave, first off, from your perspective, when you see Kevin Cash coming out of the dugout to go get his starting pitcher, what's going through your mind?
I was just hoping that he would take him out. Austin got that base hit, and, you know, he was having his way with this. And so, you know, once they went to the pen, I just think our guys, Mookie was the next guy up, and I think he was pretty excited. So I'm glad to see that we put some at-bats together.
And you yourself made so many terrific decisions as manager, not only throughout this postseason, but in this game. You made a decision in the 7th inning to take Justin Turner out of the game. Can you share with us the chain of events that led to that decision?
You know what? There was something that happened with Justin I really can't speak to that we had to take him out of the game. It'll come out later, but right now I just really can't speak to it. So he wasn't allowed to be here with us on the field, but that's kind of what led to that.
Fair enough, and I can imagine how much you'd love to be celebrating with him. Hopefully in due time you'll have that chance. You have a chance on the field tonight, Dave, to be celebrating with Clayton Kershaw, a player who has meant as much to Dodger baseball as just about anybody, maybe in a long, long time, to wear that uniform. What are your thoughts on Clayton Kershaw now finally becoming a world champion?
I just am so excited for him that, you know, when you speak about Clayton, it's future Hall of Famer, world champion. And so that's the narrative right now, and it couldn't happen to a better guy.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the impact Mookie Betts had on this franchise. Of course, he comes over in the trade in February, the big contract extension over the summer, and then the role that he played here really from day one of spring training. How do you put into context what Mookie Betts means to your team?
Like all regular season, all postseason.
You know, I can't even really put it into context. I mean, this guy has done so much on the field, off the field. He's present. He's a superstar that is a servant. And big games, comes up big. And our organization is better with them, and we're going to be way better for years to come because of Mookie Betts.
Dave, I'm going to ask you a really tough question here. Last one for me. It's almost like picking between who's your favorite child here, but you're a World Series champion as a player with the Red Sox, and now a World Series champion as manager of the Dodgers. How do you compare the two?
They're completely different, but they're like my children. I love them equally. So I got my World Series ring here for the Red Sox, and I got one now for the Dodgers. So I love them both.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.